Words Format Painter is a great feature that lets you copy formatting you've already applied to text and then quickly apply it elsewhere in your document. In this lesson, we'll apply some advanced formatting and we'll use the Format Painter to quickly format additional text. We want to continue formatting the text in our flyer to make it easier to read. We make quite a few changes as we're working through the document, so what we're going to do is use the Format Painter to save time as we're formatting different headings. As you'll notice, this heading here, what I'd like to do is have this heading look the same. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is in the top up here in first paragraph, I'm going to select immediate booking is essential. We want to emphasize this phrase. So I'm going to click bold on the mini toolbar. Next, I'll select the entire paragraph by triple clicking. Then I'm going to actually choose the italic button. So I can go here to the italic button in the font group. I could use the mini toolbar when it is displayed, or I could actually use my keyboard and do Control-I. What that does, it makes the text slanted so it actually stands out. Now what I'm going to do is I need to choose last minute travel deals here. So I want to select this entire line. I can triple click to select it. I can click over here in the left margin to select it, or I can click and drag over my selection as well. Or, as I mentioned in our Wimba session, I can use the Shift, Control, and arrow keys to make the selection. What we're actually going to do is we're going to make some formatting changes to make this title pop. So I'm going to click here on the launcher. When I click on the launcher, this gives us more options for font. Remember, clicking on the launcher opens up a dialog box and now we have more options. I'm going to increase the font size. So I want to make the font size 48. So I click there. Notice the preview down here at the bottom. I'm going to click the font color right here, the list arrow, and towards the bottom of the theme colors, I'm going to click olive green, accent 3, darker 50%. So I click on that. Actually, I think I want 25%. Yeah, let's choose 25% instead. We also want to add a shadow behind this text. So I'll go down here and I'm going to choose Text Effects. With Text Effects, I'm going to click on Shadow. And what you'll notice, I get more options that are showing up. The Format Text Effects dialog box gives you some more advanced options such as outlines, shadows, and reflections. I'm going to click on Shadow and I'll click on Preset. I'm going to click the drop down arrow there. And what you can see, there are a lot of preset shadows that we could choose. I'll click Offset Diagonal Bottom Right. So I need to look, I need an offset, that's diagonal top left, offset top, offset diagonal top right, offset right, offset center, offset left, offset diagonal bottom left, offset bottom, offset diagonal bottom right. And the reason why I showed all of those to you is that you could see that each one has a screen tip. I'll click on that, then I'm going to click on Close. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to deselect the text. You'll notice that all of the new formatting is present. So our changes have caused the text to wrap to a second line. I'm going to actually select this again, and I want to make a couple changes to it. So once I select it, I want to actually reduce the font size a bit, but also I want to change the character spacing. So what I'm going to do, instead of clicking this arrow here, the launcher, I'm going to right click, and from the shortcut menu I'm going to choose Font. Notice it brought up the same font dialog box. This is just another quick way for opening the dialog box. We could get the font size to change to fit it to one line, but I think I'm actually going to do something else. I'm going to click on the Advanced option, the tab up here at the top, and I want to actually change the character spacing. So here in the character spacing, I'm going to actually click the scale list arrow, and I'm going to change it to 80%. Then I'm going to click on OK and deselect my text. As you can see, decreasing the scale of the characters makes them narrower, and they're able to fit on one line. So we went from this with 100% on 2 lines, and what we do, change the character spacing to 80%. So they're actually, what you can notice is the spacing between, they're closer. Okay, now next thing what we want to do is we're going to go down here. We want to actually highlight Camel Safari on the toolbar. I'm going to click the font list. I'm going to choose Trebuchet MS under recently used fonts. I want to make it bold and italic, and over here in the font list color, the font color list arrow, I'm going to click the drop down and I'm going to choose olive green accent 3 darker 25%. Then I'm going to deselect the text. Now what we want to do is I want to apply the same formatting that we just applied to Camel Safari to down here to the Maharaja experience. So what we're going to do is use the Format Painter. What the Format Painter does for us, it allows us to copy formatting from one place to another and actually apply it to various places at one time. So I'm going to select Camel Safari that we just formatted. Then I'll go up here to the clipboard group. I'm going to click the Format Painter. What you'll notice is the mouse pointer turns into a paintbrush. Then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to swipe across my paintbrush across the heading Maharaja Experience. And I'm going to click off of that, and what you'll notice, Camel Safari and the Maharaja Experience headings now both have the same exact formats. Now what we want to do is down here in the Everest Base Camp Trek, we want it to have the same format as this Rajasthan Desert Safari heading. So I select it, Format Painter, paint over the title, they have the same format. Going to scroll down further, and there are other titles that we can actually change. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to go the whole way up here to the Rajasthan Desert Safari. We're going to double click the Format Painter. When we double click the Format Painter, it causes the painter to remain active until we turn it off, allowing us to apply the same format to various different locations. So we're going to go down in our document and look for Cycling in Provence. We're going to paint over that. We're also going to paint over Inca Highlands Explorer. Once we're done and we want to turn the Format Painter off, we can click the Format Painter in the clipboard group and it will actually turn it off. Finally, what we want to do is we want to save our changes. And if you want to learn more about some creative ways to use some of the formatting tools, check out page Word 52 in your book.